In this video, I'm going to talk about grouping objects in Adobe Illustrator. So I'm going to zoom in to this tank top here. So if I select it, the entire tank top is selected as well. That's because all of these objects that have been drawn have been grouped together. If I were to select it with the direct selection tool, the white arrow, then each object that was drawn, separately is what's selected. So all of these lines have been grouped together. And the magic of the white arrow is that it can still select them individually, which is kind of neat. But sometimes, I don't want to use the white arrow. I want to use the black arrow to have them all selected so that it's real easy to move them around. So to do so, let's see here. If you have two objects, I'll draw this guy. I'm going to draw two shapes for you. And I'll also draw a blue box. There we are. Okay, so right now, my red box is separate from my blue one. But if I select both of them, now to select two items, I held down the Shift key. You can also click and drag. Then you go Object, Group. Now, it's a great time to memorize that keyboard shortcut because we use this tool a lot. So the keyboard shortcut is Command G for group. PC, Control G. Mac is Command G. There. Now when I click the blue box, the red one is also selected. So that's real handy. But now let's say I want the red box on top, not the blue one. Well, the long, difficult way would be to go Object, Ungroup, and then move the red one, and then go back and regroup it, but that takes too long. So Illustrator and the newer versions have this great tool where once I select the grouped objects, if I just double click with my mouse, click, click, see how everything else is kind of like blurred out or grayed out? Now when I click on the blue one, only the blue one's selected. Or if I click on the red box, only the red box is. Basically, it temporarily ungrouped the two objects so that I can now move them individually. So now I can hit Command X, Command F, and voila, the red one is now on top. Now to get them back grouped together, all I have to do is double click again. Click, click. So that's pretty handy. So for this tank top, let's say I want to put this back fabric piece behind my croquis drawing here. So it's all selected, so I'm going to double click it. Click, click, click the drawing. There we go. See, I can move it around. I'm going to put it back, Command Z, and I'm going to hit Command X and Command B for, oh, you know what? I'm going to hit Command X, then I'm going to double click because now I want it out of the group. Command B, because I basically want it on a different layer so it's behind that croquis. Double click, Command X. There we go. And there it is behind it. There we go. Let's move that there. Well, it's behind the croquis. I'm going to paste these on top of the croquis so you can kind of see. There we go. So now they're kind of separated. But anyways, I just want you to play with grouping objects and then temporarily ungrouping them so you can move things around. Or maybe you need to take it out of the group by hitting Command X and then double click, and then you can hit Command V or Command F or Command B, whatever it is. And if you take it out of the group, they won't be grouped anymore. But if they're grouped, so I'm going to select this Command G, double click, click X, and then paste it again, and then double click, then it will stay grouped. So play around with grouping some objects, ungrouping them, moving them around, and let's see if you can get comfortable with grouping objects and ungrouping them and using that double click as well.